Called saffronization of education in Karnataka, the Congress-led state government has decided to revise textbooks across the state by reintroducing works from several progressive writers in Kannada textbooks from the 2024-25 academic year onwards. Now, the new syllabus will see the return of writers such as Girish Karnad and Devanur Mahadeva, which were omitted by the previous textbook revision committee under Rohit Chakratirtha, formed by the BJP government. Notably, the revisions have been done on the basis of textbook revision committee headed by Professor Manjunatha G. Hegde. The new panel, however, has not pushed for the lessons on Tipu Sultan and Hyder Ali that were earlier deleted. All right, so that's the latest. But remember, as far as this entire controversy is concerned, it's not new. This was one of the things that the new government, now, of course, fairly about 10, 11 months in to power in the state of Karnataka, had said that this is something that was going to be on their agenda. And in terms of that, of course, now that they've had this government in power for the past 10 months, the textbooks have also seen that particular revision that has come in, because remember, there's a lot of political face-off between the BJP and the Congress over this, where the previous government, that is the BJP in the state, went on to question this. But at every point of time, when we were also continuously reporting on the story, Karnataka's education minister, Madhu Bangarappa, had stated that this was the need of the hour. They believed that a lot of the lessons in history needed to be course-corrected. Deepak, my colleague, joins me for more. Deepak, as far as this is concerned, it was on the agenda. It has now come into effect. Is that the case?
Well, we've also had a committee, of course, that was set up, and they would make recommendations as what the education department has maintained right now. They have decided that they will make certain changes. Some, subjects, or rather more than subjects, I would say chapters from Girish Karnad, Periyar, Devanur Mahadeva, all of this making a comeback into the textbooks. Now, we should also note that Karnataka government, of course, finalizing this revision. This is for class 1 to class 10. And it's for the language of Kannada and second language as well. And more importantly, for class 9 to 10, Kannada being the third language, and for 6 to 10, social science subjects as well.
Right, Deepak. I appreciate you getting us those inputs that we need to know as far as the academic year textbooks that have been revised for the year between 24-25. But like my colleague Deepak was also pointing out, the progressive writers have also made a comeback as far as these revised textbooks are concerned. But in the larger scheme of things, this was, of course, bound to happen because this was a decision that was taken. My colleague Imran is also joining me on the broadcast to better help us understand that. Imran, good afternoon. Of course, Deepak was giving us a quick takeaway of this, but for the betterment of our viewers as well, this is something that the current government wanted to bring on cards, and now we understand this is also with the fact that certain chapters or lessons, we may say, has now made a comeback.
Well, yes, this was a poll promise of the Karnataka Congress government here, that if they come back to power, many of the revision of the textbooks done by the earlier BJP government, which was oriented more towards Hindutva and Saffron ideology, and prominence was given to more Saffron ideologues like Hegde and Golwalkar, their chapters and their specifically orientation towards that will not be done. That will be revised, is what the Congress government had said. In fact, under the then Rohit Chakratirtha committee had even expunged Basavanna, who was a prominent Lingayat leader, and also introduced removal of a poem of a poet, had ticked off a lot of the communities here, especially both Lingayat and the Vakaliga communities. So that those chapters have been brought back of Basavanna, and also the origin of Jainism and Buddhism was also removed, which has been brought back again. And Tipu's chapter was also very, very contentious because they had reduced the Tipu's chapter in the earlier textbooks. The committee has kept the chapter of Tipu Sultan and also brought in back, as I said earlier, all these topics which were removed earlier, but also they said that this time they will also give a new definition of what Sanatan means, because earlier BJP government had made, according to this allegation of the Congress government, oriented more towards the Hindutva or the Saffron ideology. So desaffronizing the education is what they had promised, and in that they had set up a committee, which committee has now given the report, and it will be printed, and which will be for the next year for textbooks. There will be all come out with the revised chapters and the reviews what you have done by the current textbook committee.
Right, Imran. I appreciate you getting us all the details that we need to know as far as what changes have been made. And in the larger scheme of things, of course, this was a promise made by the current state government. For the moment, we leave it at that.